Blacklight here, one more time. Establishing jurisdiction. Reason why we got to establish jurisdiction because we're living in a corrupt government and we're living under martial law. We're surrounded by military. We're surrounded by, first of all, you got your first flank is the police. Then you got your state troopers. Then you got the sheriffs. Then you got Homeland Security, the FBI, the CIA, all this military. All of it. And there's more. ATF. Man, I could go on and on, man. There's so many different divisions. The Army, the Navy, the Air Force, the Marines. It's like Eisenhower said, a military complex. But the thing is, all of it's for the black man. And a system called Islam. Now this system was here with us. It has no birth record. It's really the natural way of the black man. It might have changed names or changed form, but it's the science of living, the science of the cosmic mind, the nature of the black man. It's the technology, a built-in technology. This new world that we're living in is an artificial world. It's like the Matrix, what the Matrix was talking about. It's going to be ran by artificial intelligence. Now, what we have, you see our 3 military helicopters doing military maneuvers in the inner cities, the urban warfare. They're getting ready for urban guerrilla warfare. Martial law is upon us, and there's so much corruption that they know that we only gonna tolerate so much, but it's only gonna be so few of us who are going to stand up for ourselves and fight. So they know they're gonna catch us off guard because everything has been sneaking. They've been doing the sneaky punch. So let's take it from this point of view, how they sneak up on you. It's 2020. In the year 2000, you guys that are 20 years old, y'all wasn't here in 2000. 20 years means a generation. Every 20 years is a new generation. So you don't have no comprehension because you don't research, you don't study, you don't pay attention. We're going to do a video on maybe tomorrow or someday down the line of a man placing some money in a billfold, dropping it on the sidewalk, putting an orange square or a yellow square around it, and people step over it, they don't even notice it. See, y'all don't notice what's going on around you. Y'all were trained to do this. So y'all don't know this is happening. My couple of videos back, we said that they were doing military maneuvers in East LA. And this was right before Nipsey Hussle was assassinated. So we want you to check this out right quick.
The soldiers of the 101st Airborne Air Assault Division from Fort Campbell, Kentucky, must be ready to deploy within 36 hours, anywhere in the world. And they've seen combat just about everywhere.
Airborne infantry file into buses for their last land-borne ride until D-Day.
They fought to support troops landing on the beaches of Normandy. They fought in the jungles of Southeast Asia. And they fought in the desert during the war against Iraq. Now they're preparing for a different kind of mission. Urban combat, where casualty rates can be 25% or more. To beat the odds, this battalion from the 101st will spend several days and nights training. An exercise so realistic it will test their strengths and expose their weaknesses in the kind of fight the Army has tried to avoid.
The ideal combat situation for us is not in the city. Who, Dave?
Oh, sir.
Major General John Lemoyne oversees an Army task force trying to reduce the dangers of fighting in a city.
It tends to get very, very close. As a result, it gets very brutal, and it's very violent. And it tends to be very sudden, unexpected.
Fighting positions, according to a U.S. Marine manual, namely Military Operation on Urbanized Terrain, or MCWP 3-35.3, in case you dislike words or consider them inherently inefficient. Now when it comes to urban fighting positions, there are several aspects to consider and weigh against each other. These are protection, dispersion, concealment, fields of fire, covered routes, observation, fire hazard, and time. So let's take a closer look. Protection is about selecting buildings that are protected against direct and indirect fire. For instance, buildings without strong cellars should have additional overhead protection for each fighting position. Additionally, in some cases, reinforcements of certain parts of the building may be necessary. Another factor is dispersion. Although there might be one strongly built building, we know you should not put all jars into one basket. Ideally, 2 or more buildings should be used that allow mutually supporting fires.
Hey, what's up guys? Lane here. I'm going to start talking a little bit about some small unit tactics and some small unit movements. We can get a little bit more complex and start to talk later about patrolling types, reactions to contact, crossing danger areas, and things like that. What we're going to talk about today real quick is the difference between bumping and bounding. Very basic stuff we need to know when we're out moving around. So to start it off, the first thing I want to say is especially people who have gone through infantry school, even more advanced infantry schools,
being intrigued by Napoleon's lightning campaign across Italy in 1796. His small, ragged army of less than 38,000 men began the campaign against 60,000 Piedmontese and Austrians. And yet, Napoleon had victory after victory.
As you see here, let's go over this list right quick. Mission type equipment, adjacent units, support enemy threats, civilians. As the great warrior poet Ice Cube once said, if the day does not require an AK, it is good. You see what I'm saying? This is no joke. Now they got us divided. They got the black men divided against the woman. Got Gail talking about Kobe. While we beating up on each other, they getting ready to march on us. Not march on us, but, you know, control us in a way where we can hardly move. And they got several ways of doing it. But now we are being distracted by foolishness. And that fiasco show that they were having up in Washington with Trump. And now you got Caucasians, patriots, who see where this is going, so they want to join forces with us again. Like a fool, a lot of us going to join up with them. Remember, we joined forces with them in the Revolutionary War. We joined up in the Civil War. We joined in World War I, World War II, you know, Vietnam War. And every time they treat us worse than manure on the streets. We can't seem to understand that never shake hands and never trust a pale face and a smile, because he break treaties. And once he uses you, he throws you away. He does his own people like that, so he don't give a a hoot about us. Like Kanye West say, they don't care about us. Like Michael Jackson say, they don't care about the black man. They just want to use him, use his energy, his time, and his space. So this is going to be what we're going to be doing, getting you mentally prepared, mentally prepared for the upcoming events. That's bound to take place one of these days. It's best to be prepared than unprepared. If it might not jump off, something might happen, divine intervention or whatever, and it might not occur. But one thing has to happen. We can't keep on being in the same predicament, living the same way. We are going to evolve and revolve out of this, and it's up to them. They don't want us to, because they don't want us to get ahead of them or even with them. They want to keep us up under their feet. So they got training tactics they are practicing on. They put all this on YouTube, see. They tell you what they're going to do. They don't hide it from you. But they put it in such a way where you think it's okay. It's going to be all right. It's not going to affect you. But you see how many people it's affecting. This all is for, they want to keep this corrupt system they got. And they don't want the black man to get ahead, especially the black Muslim. Because once he grab a hold to another system, they know they can't hold it back. This is Black Light. Stay tuned. Stay in tune.